everyone. Today we are going to talk about DAP or Developmentally Appropriate Practice under the subject Principles of Early Childhood Education. This presentation is presented by Group B. The group members are GSMN Kavitha, WTM Vikramasiri and S.D.Salini Dewmini. In here, we pay our attention on 4 sub-themes. They are: what is developmentally appropriate practice, developmentally appropriate practice versus ECCD philosophy, advantages and disadvantages of DAP, and how other countries use this method. I'm Kavitha, and first of all, I'm going to explain what is developmentally appropriate practice or DAP. DAP is a teaching perspective in early childhood education where a teacher nurtures a child's development, social, emotional, physical and cognitive, based on the following. First one is theories of child development. Second one is what is individually important uncovered through assessment. Third one is the child's cultural background, community, family history and family structure. The National Association for the Education of Young Children, NAEYC, adopted this approach in 1987. According to NAEYC, developmentally appropriate practice is informed by what we know from theory and literature about how children develop and learn. There are 3 core considerations of developmentally appropriate practice. First one is knowledge of childhood development. Knowing typical development and learning at different ages provides you with a benchmark that will help prepare you to make decisions on the environment, interactions, activities and materials. This knowledge should be based on research. Second one is knowing what is individually appropriate for each child through assessment. Observing children at play, their interactions with their peers and environment help you learn what each child's interests, skills and developmental progress. These observations are crucial in refining how and what to teach each child as an individual. Having this knowledge allows you to know each child's individual skills, needs, strengths, abilities, challenges and interests. Third one is knowing what is culturally important. Each child has their own cultural and family background. Having this knowledge ensures that each experience is respectful and meaningful for each child and family. Let's move to 12 principles of child development and learning. First one is all areas of development and learning are important. Second one is learning and development follow sequences. Third one is development and learning proceed at varying rates. Fourth one is development and learning result from an interaction of maturation and experience. Fifth one is early experiences have profound effects on development and learning. Sixth one is development proceeds towards greater complexity, self-regulation and symbolic or representational capacities. Seventh one is children develop best with secure relationships. Eighth one is development is influenced by multiple social and cultural backgrounds. Ninth one is children learn in a variety of ways. 10th one is play is important for developing self-regulation and promoting language, cognition and social competence. 11th one is development and learning advance when children are challenged. 12th one is Children's experiences shape their motivation and approaches to learning. Let's see what DAP looks like. In developmentally appropriate environments, child will move around rather than wait, speak rather than listen passively, use their creativity to create their own books and art, follow a schedule based on their needs, attempt to solve their own problems, explore their own interests, have opportunities to make their own choices, and learn through experience rather than mechanical repetition.
Hello everyone, I am Dilshani Maheshika. Today I am going to talking about developmentally appropriate practice and ECCD philosophy. Known as DAP is a teaching perspective in early childhood education where a teacher nurtures a child's development, social, emotional, physical and cognitive based on the following. First one, theories of child development. Second one, what is the individually important uncovered truth assessment. Third one, the child's cultural background. The National Association for the Education of Young Children adopted these approaches in 1981. NAEYC outlines 5 key areas of early learning practices for effective teaching, which include creating a caring community of learners, teaching to enhance development and learning, planning curriculum to achieve important goals, assessing children's development and learning, and establishing relationships with families. Developmentally appropriate practice is informed by what we know from theory and literature about how children develop and learn. What is ECCD? Early Childhood Care and Development System refers to the full range of health, nutrition, early education and social services programs that provides for the basic holistic needs of young children from the birth to age 6 to promote their optimum growth and development. And also we can see component of development appropriate practice and component of early child care and development. Let's see what are the component of development appropriate practice. The DAP has a 3 component. First one, knowledge about development and learning, knowledge about individual in children, and knowledge about the social and cultural context where children go and learn. Okay, let's see components of ECCD. Early childhood care and development has 4 components. Early learning, early care and development, early learning family support, special needs, early intervention and health mentally, health and nutrition. Early learning, early care and education opportunities to nutrition environments where children can learn what they need to succeed in school and life. Family support, economic and parenting support to ensure children have nutrition and stable relationship with caring adults. Special needs early intervention, early identification, assessment and appropriate services for children with special health care needs, disabilities or development delays. Health mental and health nutrition, comprehensive health services that meet children's vision, hearing, nutrition, behavioral and oral health as well as medical health needs. And also early childhood, particularly the first 5 years of life, impacts long-term social, cognitive, emotional and physical development. Health development in early childhood helps prepare children for the education experience of kindergarten and beyond. Now I am talking about why is important DAP. A top priority for early childhood educators is to teach children to read using developmentally appropriate practices while incorporating foundational concepts into lesson helps teachers differentiate instruction, engage students in the learning process, and increase achievement of all children. While students are treated as unique individuals, all practices should be appropriate to their child's age and development stage and build on previously taught concepts. Why is important ECCD? Children's early experience the bonds they form with their parents and their first learning experiences deeply affects their future physical, cognitive, emotional and social development. Optimizing the early years of children's lives is the best investment we can make as a society in ensuring their future success. These are the key practices of high-quality early childhood inclusion: adaptation of spaces, materials, and equipment, adult involvement in peer interactions, adults' guidance of children's free choices, activities, and play, conflict resolution, membership, relationships between adults and children, support for communication. Examples of developmentally appropriate practices: provide age-appropriate and culturally appropriate materials. Example: infant, toddler, or preschool. Have materials and equipment and children's height. Example: chairs, bookshelves, activity shelves. Spaces should accommodate movement of children. Have play area that provide manipulative puzzles, music and movement books, dramatic play, blocks, physical materials for large muscles. Example: push toys and sensory materials, sand and water. Frequently change materials and equipment to reflect children's interests and needs. Now I am talking about how to implement DAP. Ongoing observation about the child's unique skills, progress, interest, resources, and need is that the heart of individuals in the curriculum. Some of these strategies include recording children's behavior to identify current functioning and emerging skills, communicating with parents and other caregivers about behavior in the home and other settings, identifying different ways children learn and expanding the experience to incorporate different learning styles, and modifying the materials, experience, or environment to encourage new skills. These are the key practices of high quality early child inclusion: adaptation of spaces, materials, and equipment, adult involvement in peer interactions, adults' guidance of children's free choices, activities, and play, conflict resolution, membership, relationships between adults and children, support for communication. Let's see DAP teaching strategies and ECCD teaching strategies. DAP teaching strategies have 5 guidelines. First one, creating a caring community of learners. Second, teaching to enhance development and learning. Third, planning curriculum to achieve important goals. Fourth, assessing children's development and learning. Fifth and lastly, establishing reciprocal relationship with family. Now let's see what are the ECCD teaching strategies. Appropriate supervision for younger children in preparation for early childhood education is necessary for these pre-K teaching strategies to work. First one, set appropriate goals. Second one, make sure the activities are safe. Be sure the child has valuable work, not just busy work. Be patient even when a task is taking longer with a helper. Thank you.
Okay, I am Salini Dewmini. Now I am talk about advantages and disadvantages of developmentally appropriate practices. What are the advantages of developmentally appropriate practices? It reduces learning gaps, increases achievement for all children, and allows students to share and engage in the learning process while they solve their own problems as they learn new information. Developmentally appropriate practices are proven in research to help children succeed. By implementing DAP methods with their children, parents, and caregivers, use strategies and activities that are proven to help young children learn. Use hands-on learning activities to help young children develop practical knowledge and skills. Recognize the important role that play has in early childhood learning and development. What are the disadvantages of developmentally appropriate practices? While many early childhood educators believe in the concept of DAP, barriers are often encountered which prevent the implementation of DAP in the learning environment. In order to provide children with a DAP learning environment, teachers must first recognize and understand that their barriers exist. Some disadvantages are differences in beliefs, untrained educators, a system that does not or is unable to provide support or materials that promote a DAP learning environment. Okay, now I would like to explain about how other countries use this method. Japanese nursery and kindergarten teachers practices regarding developmentally appropriate practices. This study explored Japanese day nursery and kindergarten teachers' beliefs and practices regarding developmentally appropriate practices. Data were collected using in-depth interviews. Teacher interviews provided insights into the nature of the child care and education system of Japan. 6 themes emerged from the analysis interviews. First one, play is learning. Second, physical and social development is of most importance. Third, the teacher is an observer, facilitator and role model. Fourth, assigning roles and tasks is common in every classroom. 5. Individual and group activities are interchangeable. Teachers' beliefs about developmentally appropriate practices in Saudi Arabia. Since the first release of NAEYC's guidelines, DAP has received a lot of attention from childhood professionals in the United States. Internationally, many countries have also shown a growing interest regarding DAP, yet interest in DAP is new to the Saudi educators. The purpose of this study was to explore preschool teachers' subjective beliefs towards NAEYC's guidelines of DAP in Saudi Arabia, one of the most conservative Middle Eastern countries. Q methodology as a mixed methods approach was used to study 37 preschool teachers randomly selected from 5 preschools in megacity. The participants sorted 50 cards with examples of DAP and developmentally inappropriate practice, or in contrast statements which represented perceived importance of the practice to the sorter. To analyze the data, a principal components analysis with varimax rotation indicate four main components regarding the beliefs of Saudi preschool teachers as they relate to DAP's guidelines. The four main perspectives that emerge from the analysis show a domain's concerns among perspectives that fit equability within the DAP framework regarding the best practice of early childhood education. My last topic is beliefs about the importance of use of developmentally appropriate practices among early childhood teachers in India. A total of 178 Asian Indian early childhood teachers working in various early childhood classrooms in the southern part of India participated in the study. The teachers filled out a questionnaire to determine their beliefs about the use of developmentally appropriate practices. The questionnaire contained 62 statements with 5 subscales. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you everyone.